Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Robin.
And I'm Troy.
And this is our weekly, not weekly vlog, because it's been a minute since we've been on here. And
it's been pretty quick.
It's been like 2 weeks.
No, it ain't been no 2 weeks.
How do you know it's not been 2 weeks?
Yeah, okay. It's not been 2 weeks.
We have been really busy. We've been on a ship, actually, for the last, little over 2 weeks. And we've been really having a great time. So we wanted to go ahead and take this opportunity to tell you a little bit about our experience thus far. We're going to do a little bit longer video about living on a cruise ship. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to drop my my glasses here. It is just
you're so
a little
cool.
bit. No, it's just a little bit too bright.
When I grow up, I want
here.
to be as cool as you.
You'll never be as cool as me. Anyway, so yeah, so we have. Okay, and the table's wobbling, so I don't know if you.
Leave it alone.
Maybe we shouldn't touch the table.
That's fine.
Anyways, we are on the Jewel of the Seas. We have been out here since March 20th. It is now April 5th. And we are having a great time, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is our first time ever, and we talked about this previously. This is our first time ever being on a cruise ship, doing a back-to-back. And not only are we doing a back-to-back, but we are doing 3 back-to-backs.
Yeah,
you can eat your cookie. See, we have our coffee and cookies, and so yeah. But this is our first time doing a back-to-back, and we've actually learned a lot about it.
Yeah.
We've learned that they really take care of what they call consecutive cruisers. When we had to go down and normally get off the ship and go home, we stayed on the ship. We didn't even have to get off. Customs came to us on the ship, and we didn't even have to leave. And I thought that was pretty cool. What did you think of that
old
experience?
schooner lounge. They had breakfast after that too. Brunch. Yeah, they had snacks and all kind of good stuff. Just the fact that they'll just come up to you. You don't even have to get off the. First off, we never switched rooms, so we're in the same room. You don't even have to get off the ship, of course. They bring the people right up to you. They scan your documents, scan your passport, and you take your old CPass card from you and keep it moving.
Yeah, and keep it moving. And so when we
I was thinking about, they also prep your room. They prep the room
early.
You're like 8:30 in the morning, 8:45 in the morning. Your room's already ready, whereas everyone else is a lot of times isn't ready till about 1:30. So we just it was seamless, pretty much seamless. We moved right along like it was another day for us.
It really was. Now the sad thing is our friends Haji and Jackie, they did have to get off the ship, so they came on the first leg with us, and they were on for the first 9 days. We had a fabulous night. It was their first ever cruise. They seemed to enjoy it even more than we thought that they would enjoy it.
Yeah, more fun than we did.
Oh my God, it was so great. And in the process, we bumped into 2 other people that we knew from a previous cruise, that they were on the Voyager of the Seas with us whenever we went to Barcelona, Spain last year. John and Cynthia. So we ended up having table mates. We switched our dining around. So that's one thing about it. The Royal Caribbean group, I mean, I think pretty much most of the cruise lines, but Royal Caribbean does a great job with accommodating any of the requests that you had. So originally we were just a table for 4. Then we were a table for 6. Well, then on this cruise, Cynthia and John stayed over, so we still wanted to be table mates with them for dinner. And so then they bumped us back down to a table of 4. And then this next time around, they're going to be getting off the ship, and so we'll be back down to a table for 2, right? Unless we meet some other people.
Yeah, we probably will.
So, but we, it's been really relaxing. And whenever we start talking about this a little bit more, whenever we do the actual full-length video of everything, it's living on a cruise ship.
Right.
It's not vacationing.
I'm drifting. I'm looking around, and what I'm looking at is the ocean. We're out in the middle of the ocean, so I'm sitting here as we're cruising along.
In fact, where are we technically?
I don't know. In the Gulf of America.
We're in the Gulf of somewhere. I'm not going to call it the Gulf of America. I'm sorry. It's always been the Gulf of Mexico. I don't have a problem with saying it's the Gulf of Mexico. He can call it the Gulf of America. I mean, it's the Gulf of somewhere. We're in the Gulf. Let's just shorten it to just say the Gulf. But we're in the Gulf of America. Gulf of, see, I wasn't even going to say it, and I just said it. You stuck that in my head. Stop that. Anyways, we're in the Gulf, period. And we're on our way back to Galveston because we are finishing up our second leg of the 9-day cruise. And we will be back on Monday morning, and then we go through the whole process again of being consecutive cruisers to stay on for the next leg, which is 10 days. So, yeah, that's it. That's all we've been doing. It's just working. We did get off at Cozumel. We're gonna talk about that a little bit more in another video, and had a great time there. And
not in Belize, not in Roatan.
No, not. Well, we got off briefly at Roatan. Right, last time, not this time. And but we will be getting off on the next trip because we're going to Grand Cayman. That'll be a new port for us, and we're really looking forward to trying it out because of the fact that we've never been there before. We try to get off on all the new ports on any of our cruises, and we don't get a whole lot of new ports because we typically sell out of Galveston. Everything out of Galveston pretty much goes in two directions, so I don't know if there's gonna be a whole lot of ports that are going to be new until we get on longer sailings and we go up Florida.
Really gorgeous, huh?
It is. It's very peaceful. We're cruising at a very comfortable speed, and it's really relaxing. And you see, there's nobody behind us. Like, right? I mean, we might have somebody walk by here. We're in the back of the ship on deck 12 in this little area that's called the Country Club. And this is where they have the golf simulator. But they have these cute little tables out here, and then there's some tables in there in the enclosed area. But this is just a beautiful place to come see, and most people never come up here.
Right.
I mean, you can watch a beautiful sunrise, beautiful sunset up here. You can get a great breeze. There's not one right now.
Play shuffleboard.
Played shuffleboard. We did play shuffleboard. First time I'd never played shuffleboard before, and that's kind of an old cruise thing. Not a whole lot of the new cruise ships that they make have shuffleboard, but this one's an older cruise, and so yeah, we're probably gonna play shuffleboard again. But
probably right after we get off this.
Probably, seeing as though we're right over here. Let's see what else is going on. Just been working, right? Again, we're working. We're living on a cruise ship. I have only taken off one actual day, and that was on the weekend to go to the port. So I didn't even take off a vacation day to go to port. So I've literally worked every day that we've been on the ship, and so has Troy. And
I've had a couple of slack days.
Well, he has a lot more slack I'm sorry. He has a lot more relaxed work days than I do. But whenever we go to Grand Cayman, that'll be on a Tuesday. So we will be taking off that day. I will not be working that day. So yeah, it's really comfortable. And the thing is that we're doing this channel and we're doing the vlogs to just talk more, casually and just in the moment, to just show you the reality of the life that we are trying to live and the life that we want to live going eventually into full-time travel. Because this cruise, and I'll talk about this more whenever I talk about the 28 days we've been on here, but I'll go ahead and say it right now. This cruise, the 28 days, the 3 separate cruises together, I booked them a little over a year ago. I did not plan to do them 3 consecutive cruises. I booked one. It was a good price. I later shopped again. I ended up finding another one that was a good price, that it was right about the same time. I don't know if it was before or after. And then I ended up adding a third one. None of these cruises were before, or they're all before we got the casino offers.
Right.
So we were not getting real good casino offers at that time. And I just booked them totally retail, but because I shop and I really look for the best deals, and because we have the flexibility with our schedule, I'm able to do that. Just to give you an idea, this cruise cost us, not counting gratuities and not counting the Wi-Fi, which I had to add on because we do need the Wi-Fi to work. This cruise section, 28 days, cost us $4,045. That's it. It sounds like a lot, and it is because of the fact that we still have homes, we have a house to go to, that we have to maintain the utilities and taxes and insurance and everything that we do, even though we're out here on the cruise for 28 days. But if we can get to the point where we're full-time travel, then $4,045 plus the amount of the gratuities and the Wi-Fi, because those are the 2 things that we do add on top of that. Everything else is optional, right? I mean, we don't do specialty dining unless we really want to. We don't need the drink package. We never had it before because we're not big drinkers, but we don't even need it now for our coffees, because at the status that we are with Royal, we get our coffees covered. We have casino status. We can get drinks in there, alcohol, even bottled water.
Alcohol, whatever
we want, really. So we don't have to pay for anything extra. So $4,045, considering this is our room and board. We're not having to drive anywhere. We're not having to put gas in the tank. We're not having to go shop at the grocery store. We're not having to spend time cooking. We're not having to clean. Like literally nothing. And $4,045. Now, they're not always going to be this cheap, depending on the time of the year and what the deals are. But now that we're getting the casino offers, those are actually helping out.
Hot coffee's making me sweat. When I grow up, I'm going to have some cool sunglasses like you, too.
I told you, you'll never be this cool. No. So what else have we been doing? We've been playing games at night whenever we get off work. A lot of hot tub. A lot of hot tub action.
Yeah, oh my God,
we were in the hot tub last night, and the seas were rocking whenever we left Mexico to go back to Galveston. The seas were really rocking, and it got a little rough to where I was like, okay, I had to put on my little patch here.
It's fine for us.
And well, just because preemptively we didn't want to have any issues.
Right.
So, but we went down and still got in the hot tub. And the hot tub was still moving, but not as much as the pool. So they'd closed down the pool early. The pool was sloshing back and forth with such force that they ended up just draining the whole pool. And I didn't even go out to, this is in the adults only area. I didn't even go out to the open area for everybody. Okay, so minor interruption there. I've been having some technical difficulties. The mic system that we brought on board with us, unfortunately, quit working, and I have it plugged into my phone. But then I forgot to hit record.
No, you didn't. You forgot to hit the sound or something.
Yeah, I recorded my phone to get the sound. So because I didn't do that, I don't know how this sound's going to come out. Hopefully, I'll be able to enhance it. We've got the speaker on our GoPro, but we have these. They call them dead cats.
So I got this rat on for nothing.
You do. You have that rat on you for nothing. So these are the mic system that we normally use, but we have these little furry things on it just in case it was windy out here.
Well, actually, it's not even that windy.
No, it's really not. But unfortunately, I forgot to turn them on. So I'm really hoping that the GoPro caught good enough sound. So
we gonna see.
Yeah, we're gonna see. So I think that's about it. So that's really all we're doing. We are just living on this cruise ship,
eating cookies,
having our coffee. But the thought of us doing this full time, because our longest cruise up to this point was whenever we went to Spain.
Right.
So this 28 days, and we still have 12 days of it left.
Right.
Is our first real endeavor in being in a place for this long, sailing for this long, living in a tiny little cabin with obviously the rest of the ship for this long, and seeing if it's something that we really want to do going forward. And again, keep in mind, we're not trying to say we're trying to go and be full-time cruisers.
Right.
That is not what we're trying to do.
Right.
We will not be full-time cruisers at any point, I don't think, in our lives.
No.
But what we are trying to do is be full-time travelers that will use cruising as a way to get around and as just one of our accommodations.
It's our long distance Ubers.
Yeah, so that way we can get from region to region. That is what our goal is. And if we get on a ship for a month, then that's great. We could totally do that. But we really want to see places, because let's be honest, you don't really see a place from a cruise ship.
Right.
That's one of the things that
you see the port and stuff close to it.
Mm-hmm. And you can do an excursion, but that excursion in that port, that is not what that place really has to offer. And you are not going to get the true feeling and vibe of a place until you're there. But what cruising will allow you to do is at least let you get off, explore a little bit, and see if it's a place that you want to go back to. And that's what we plan to do.
Right.
Is going back to a lot of places, staying there for like a few weeks, a month, couple months, depending on where we're at and what we're doing. And we may stay in more than one place in the same country, kind of move it around that way, so we can get more of a feel for that area and see if it's an area that we want to come back again after that point. Right? So cruising is not our end all be all. We love it. Don't get us wrong. We absolutely love it. But it is not something that we want to do full time. It is something that we're going to do often, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's fun. We have a good time. It feels really good out here, despite the fact that I'm out here sweating. I'm sweating because I'm drinking this hot coffee. And she pushed me in the sun. She made me sit in the sun while she in the shade with her sunglasses on. But I'm not bitter.
Well, considering I'm the one that does all the setup, if you want to take that over
okay,
there.
so will I make no sit in the sun?
That's what you want to do. Anyways, we've been slacking
like
on these
and subscribe.
videos.
Yeah, we gotta like and subscribe.
Yeah, we're gonna get some more stuff out. But you guys just take care. Thanks so much.
Those.
Bye.
Now I can eat these cookies.
Yeah, you get your hands off my cookies.